Yes, sir. Row 13.
सर आवाज येतोय?
हाँ येतोय सर. Yes. Okay.
सुरू करू सर.
Yes, yes.
Good evening everyone. My name Madan Harisingh Jadhav, Godavari Mahavidyalay, Amber, District Jalna. It is my honor to welcome our special guest, Dr. S. Vinod Kumar, who is working as a Deputy Superintending Archaeological Chemist, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, with the Archaeological Survey of India since 2021, has been leading important work on the preservation of the world-famous Ajanta cave paintings. Dr. Kumar completed his PhD in science from Jadavpur University, Kolkata, and his over 20 years of the experience in protecting India's culture heritage. He has worked on conservation of many great monuments and World Heritage sites, such as a Konark Sun Temple, Hampi, Ellora Cave, Mahabalipuram, and the Great Chol Temple. He has also represented India in international conference in countries like Denmark, Italy, and he's published more than 25 research papers and one book. Along with his term, his team, Dr. Kumar, used both traditional knowledge and modern scientific method to make sure that our monuments, painting, and ancient treasuries are safely preserved for future generations. We are truly fortunate to have him with us today. Please join me in giving a warm welcome, Dr. Vinod Kumar, sir. Thank you.
Sir, namaskar, sir. Vinod, sir.
Namaskar, ma'am.
Thank you, sir, for accepting the invitation.
Yeah.
And we are very much honored to have you in this particular platform. It is a very important platform, that is Indian Knowledge System. And considering your biodata, we thought of inviting you, you being a
Yeah.
very important person and the head of a very important World Heritage Site, that is Ajanta. We are very fortunate to have you, sir, and taking care of Ajanta, first UNESCO World Heritage Site of India, is not a joke. It's a very, very big thing. So thank you again from behalf of the UGC MMTTC, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, and I request you to please commence the lecture, sir.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, today only actually I am
Yes, sir.
at Ajanta only. Morning I was working in Ajanta caves, cave number 2. Just
Okay.
for this lecture only I came here just and Pardapur, our
Thank you,
guest
sir.
house.
Thank you so much, sir. So you are
Uh,
giving lecture from Ajanta Caves.
yeah, at present I am at Pardapur, our
Okay,
guest
sir.
house. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Participants, please be on mute. The coordinators, please mute all the participants.
सर आपका माइक अनम्यूट कीजिए सर.
Yes, sir. We can see your slides. You can please continue.
Excuse me, sir, we can't hear you. I think you're on mute.
Coordinators of MMTTC, please see to it that you unmute, sir.
Ma'am, sorry to unmute, but
Okay, okay.
not
Vinod
not
sir.
not not
Yeah,
audible.
yeah. Just a minute.
Yeah. Okay, okay, sir.
I'm trying to share the screen, but it's not.
Sir, we can see your slides.
Okay.
We already can see your slides, sir. We can see your first slide, that is scientific preservation of monuments
Okay.
and antiquarian remains of case studies. जी sir, अभी perfect है. You can please continue.
Yeah. So actually, scientific preservation is a very important topic as our heritage is invaluable. So protect it and preserve it. So science plays an important role. So using the science only, we can study the ancient monuments and antiquarian remains. So actually, I am working in Science Branch Archaeological Survey of India. Archaeological Survey of India is mainly responsible for looking after chemical treatment and all other maintenance because ASI has many branches like that circle. It looks after the civil work, structural conservation problems, and horticulture, underwater archaeology, excavation branch, so which excavates many ancient sites, as well as epigraphical studies. They do read the ancient inscriptions of stone, palm leaf, many ancient scripts. As a being a chemist, I belong to science branch, so which is responsible for the scientific preservation of centrally protected monuments, which almost now it is almost 5,000 centrally protected monuments are available in India. So the main role of science branch is to look after the preservation. So mainly first we can know what is conservation and preservation. So using the scientific method, so basically to protect any monument from decaying means deterioration. So that is called preservation. So this is the thing. The maintenance and conservation of monument is a challenging job. So main role of our scientific conservation preservation is to slow down the influence of natural weathering agencies, which is generally involving in the following measures. So I would like everybody to, whether you are catching, what will be the external agencies to influence? Can anybody tell? All are listening? Hello? All are there?
Sir, we can hear you, sir. Please
Okay,
continue.
okay. So external agencies means like environmental parameters, the like that temperature, humidity, relative humidity. These are the many weathering agencies. So these can influence the objects, monuments. Investigative studies of identify the nature of antique material. Our role is to study means which type of material, whether it is a stone or metal or anything. So that we used to study. And we used to study the nature of accretionary deposits. Suppose we go to Ajanta. In Ajanta, earlier, the restorer, they applied shellac varnish. So that has become a laterally problematic one. So SAS try to remove it scientifically. So major part of the shellac varnish has been removed and Ajanta murals are in now in good state of preservation. So like that in many monuments due to water is the main culprit of deterioration because whenever water comes, so biodeterioration also starts. So you can see in many monuments the green color, fungal, many other things. So I will come to tell this. So the principle we use in the preservation, they must assure reversibility. Means whatever we use the material, that has to be reversible, because if we are putting any new material, so if in future if it is found it is difficult, so we should have the thing to reverse. Means if it is there is any problem, so we have to reverse it. So reversibility of material has to be ascertained, and future intervention. So we cannot reconstruct whatever if some sculpture is there, hand is not there. So we cannot recreate everything. So we have to aesthetic appearance ko we have to protect it as per the archaeological principle. So it should not hinder the possibility of later access to all evidence incorporated in the object. If we are doing any preservation or conservative restoration work, so we should not match it entirely, so that in future the people, whenever the people come, they should know here restoration work has been done, here conservation work has been done. So that has to be make it little different to ascertain in the future. So allow the maximum amount of existing historical material to be retained. Ensure harmony with original design and workmanship. So we cannot change the color, tone, texture, or the form. So these are the archaeological principle. Do not allow new additions to dominate over the original fabric. Whatever the original construction is there. So above that, so we cannot make. So we should respect the archaeological interest and potential of the any archaeological remains. So this has to be, these are the principles to be followed during the preservation. So what I told in deterioration factors. So you see the light, due to light, temperature means India is a vast country. So it temperature goes from around in even in Himalayas, the temperature is different, and north, east. So all over the country, totally the temperature fluctuation is there. So major problem is that whenever temperature rises, or relative humidity goes down and rises. So this makes complex problem to the whatever the archaeological objects, stone and metal, जो भी है antiquities है, so it has problem starts. So diverse climate and environmental effect. Biological, so what I told, water, due to water, the biological growth and natural disaster also. Sometimes flood comes, like fire occurs, or man-made classes. That also some problem. So these are the deterioration factors for the monuments. So methods of conservation approach. Preventive conservation measure. Preventive is nothing but, so whatever is there to means active conservation nahi hai, just to prevent the any deterioration, some measures being adopted. So that is called preventive. So to control the climate condition, so some preventive conservation we do, fungicidal and insecticidal treatment. So this is for arresting the any biological growth. Excuse me. To arrest the fungicidal, insecticidal growth. Consolidation to restore original strength of decayed material. Consolidation is nothing but if any porous materials are there, to give strength. To apply any foreign material means compatible material. So if it is stone is there, so we generally use silica, ethyl silicate. So it is nothing but silica dissolved in ethanol. So whenever we apply, so there will be no foreign material. Whatever the silicon dioxide material, so that I will show in later slides. Application of preservative coats. Preservative coat is nothing but to give a coat, water repellent coat means if water will not stand on the any structure, so there will be no biological action. So biological corrosion will not be so. So application of preservative coats, monitoring of microclimatic conditions like temperature, relative humidity, wind speed, wind direction, rain, sunshine, etc. These are the important archaeological sites. So actually simple chemistry behind the chemical conservation is nothing but whatever the biological system which microorganism. So it secretes the acid, means dilute mild acid, mild organic acid. So we generally use ammonium hydroxide. It is basic, but it will not hamper the stone structure. So it will evaporate also as well as. So ammonium hydroxide is nothing but aqueous ammonia. So it gets reacts with the organic acid, and salt will be removed. With excess water, we used to remove the. This is the mechanism. I am not going into the detail. Stone strengthen. What is the consolidation? I told you, no? That is ethyl silicate. The reacts with water, means water it takes from the moisture, and silica gel formation. Silica is nothing but the main constituent of any stone or stone material. So we are not inserting any foreign material. So that is silica. So this is consolidated, any porous material. So we apply it, so it gets strength. So it is called consolidation. So at present we are using silicon preservatives. So these are three-dimensional cross-linked polymers. I am not going into detail chemistry. So this has silica, oxygen, silica bonds. So it has a hydrophobic material. So this is the structure of that silicon-based preservative. So you can see in the second picture, that is substrate, that is stone. So it gets bonds like that. So it makes a moiety-like structure. So whenever water comes, so it will not go into the structure. So it comes down. So paper pulp technique. So this is actually one of the technique to remove any oily accretion or mainly salt, mainly in saline condition. Whenever you can see in south Mahabalipuram Soul Temple, as well as you can see in East Sun Temple. So because they are located close to the sea, whenever the wind carries the chloride ion and other soluble salts, so it gets attract to the stone surface. So it creates complex problem. Whenever the salt enter to the, you can see in modern structure also, whenever the salt enters, so automatic the structure gets starting deteriorations. So this is the chemistry behind the chemical conservation. So you can see this is the substrate which is having the salt. So we use paper pulp. Paper pulp is nothing but some blotting paper mixed with some certain chemicals, ammonium carbonate, ammonium bicarbonate, and other certain chemicals. We make it a wet pulp with deionized water. Deionized water is nothing but with no ions. Means whatever for battery, which water we use. So that is deionized water. We use that water. So it gets dissolve the whatever the salts inside the substrate, means stone कोई भी दीवार का अंदर में जो salt है तो उसको dissolve करके फिर बाद में reverse osmosis when it gets dried, so it attracts towards the paper pulp. So बाद में paper pulp में salt सब जमा हो जाएगा. So we used to take out the paper pulp and wash it and we reuse it. This process multiple time we use, like that we remove the soluble salts from the any substrates. So this is the some of the photograph. You can see this is the famous Konark Sun Temple. You can see in the elephants and wheel also. We applied the paper pulp. After drying it, we remove it. So clay pack technique. This is also one of the like that whatever we do for removing excessive oil from the face, means face pack, like face pack. For any oily structure inside temples, clay, whatever soot, oil deposits, like Multani Metti only. Fuller's earth is nothing but Multani Metti fluoridine. We apply the pack of clay in wet condition to the whatever oily and sooty accretion surface, and we cover it with the plastic or other material. So we give it for drying 2 to 3 days. So after complete drying, it absorbs the oily and sooty accretion from the substrate. So this is the technique, clay pack technique, mainly for marble and other structures. We use this. So these are the technique. So after 2 days, we remove it. So it gets attract the whatever greasy and oily material, smoky deposits from the substrate. This is some of the painting, how the painting means. These are totally different. Painting, whatever the problems are there, the removal of accrescents, if any accrescents is there, and to apply any chemicals to remove the old pigments. As a distilled turpentine oil is used as a color restainer for giving new look to the old pigments, filling up of gaps and voids. If any lacunas are there, filling with suitable compatible material, curing, edging, pelleting process. These are the technical terms which are used at the painting conservation technique. Finally, we apply a 1% polyvinyl acetate as a preservative. In stone, we apply different preservative. In paintings, we apply different. This is also one of the polymer. So what we discuss the biological, mainly the biological corrosion. So you can see some of the different vegetal growth on the monuments. You can see trees and scrubs. Just a minute. Trees and scrubs. So different vegetal, you can see EV crabs. So you can see in sculpture how this picture you can see how the roots are being entered into the structure. So these are woody roots, means bigger trees. These EV and creeps, this is aerial roots, woody growth can penetrate the joints. Problem is that it penetrates into the joints of the structure, then the structural collapse will occur. These are the lichens, the lichen gray, white or orangey red, other type. In mainly in stone, wood, soil, it occurs. It, as I told, acid secretion that can lead to the deterioration. Mosses, you can see this green, black color, red color. So it is also found on the stone, soil. So it requires damp environment. So mainly in hot and humid climate it occurs. This is a fungi. You can see yellow, orange, red, brown. So most common in organic substance. So this is also marble or limestone it occurs. Algae. So mainly in plaster surface, you can see wood, stone, soil, glass, plastic also. I mean high moisture, high humidity condition, uh, heavy growth occurs. Slim molds you can see. So these are generally some patch type and cyanobacteria. You can see blue, green. So these are the different type of organic vegetation over the heritage buildings. So this is one of the temple which is located in Trambakesar. So this was a state protected monument. They given to us for the as an expert. So we have worked. You can see the left side corner, one people tree it was there. So you can see. So the tree roots have penetrated inside the temple. So what we used to do? So we have started problem mainly for the big plants. So which is if you cut the plant, so it will penetrate against the root will go inside. So you should not cut it. So you have to kill it slowly. So using tree killer and chemicals. So it took almost 6 months to kill the tree entirely, and we have removed the root. See how much root has entered inside the structure. Totally, we have dismantled the stone structure of the temple. So you can see how much big the woody roots have entered inside the temple. So you can see how much woody roots have entered the temple. So this is also one of the other temple. You can see the just to show the how vegetation, micro vegetation deteriorates. You can see the structure of the temple. So this is before and after. You can see after removing. So now also we just visited. So it is in very good condition. It is a good condition of preservation. This is the general view of Soar Temple. What I told you. So for generally for case studies. So we are. I will start with the Mahabalipuram Soar Temple. As I told, so it is located in the seashore. It has the hot and humid climate. So the construction material is granite. Granite is a hard stone. It's not that much porous as compared to the sandstone and other. It's hard. So these are the some of the old photographs of Soar Temple. You can see how much closer the sea was. These are the some of the photos. You can see Soar Temple is exactly located. So now the wall has been made. Earlier photos you can see clearly the sea is behind the temple. Here actually main conservation problems we can see microclimatic condition. So that I had told you. So as it is located in the seashore and very much nearer to the sea, mainly the temperature fluctuations, temperature and relative humidity is always high. Whenever the relative humidity high, it also creates complex problem for the construction material. And saline effect. Saline effect is nothing but mainly the whatever the soluble salt which carry the hot and humid air. It get dissolves with the moisture and it because stone has porous means every stone has different pore size. Granite does not have that much pores, but still it has the pores. So through the pores, whatever the relative humidity with moisture enters with the soluble salts, it gets chemically reacted with the other minerals because stone has different minerals like silicon dioxide, quartz, feldspar, different minerals are there. So with that minerals that salts get reacted, salt के साथ जो react होके complex बना के फिर वो धीरे धीरे करके वो डिटोरिएशन होना शुरू हो जाता है स्टोन का. सो दिस इज कॉल्ड सलाइन इफेक्ट. So building material as well as Soar temple is not constructed with a single stone. So many building blocks has been used. So each and every stone has different geo geochemical pattern. Means different minerals जैसे बैंड है, कलर अलग है, डिफरेंट स्टोन का कलर अलग से है, उसका मिनरल अलग होगा, इसके कारण ही उसका स्टोन अलग होगा. एक स्टोन जल्दी डिटोरिएट होगा, एक नहीं होगा, मतलब ऐसा ही मतलब डिफरेंट स्टोन्स हैव डिफरेंट क्वालिटीज. So inherent weakness. So there is building material. Sand blasting effect. Sand blasting effect is nothing but as it is located in the seashore. So seashore has fine sands. So whenever wind occurs, means whenever wind carries the sand microparticle, it gets hit. जो मतलब मंदिर का दीवार में जो हिट करता है तो वो भी मतलब बहुत सारा इफेक्ट मतलब मैकेनिकल एरोशन होता है. और बैट्स एक्सक्रीटा इनसाइड में जो इन नाइट whenever the bat excreta, so that also creates because it has excessive uric acid and phosphoric acid, it also creates many problems, aesthetic as well as inhygienic problem also, and deterioration of stone also, and weathering problems. It means natural weathering. So these are the, so you can see the rounding. These are because of, you can round hole type, you can see the wall. So this is because of rounding and roughening. This is of because of saline effect. These they used to tell that honeycomb weathering, like honeycomb, the weathering occurs. So there is a honeycomb weathering. So here you can see salt deposit. Due to salt deposit, some different color also appearance difference, whitey appearance. So the construction, as I told, different colors. You can see the different texture of the stones. So here one of the graphical documentation, what type of deterioration occurs. So how much weathering, where and which place has which type of weathering. So it has been graphically documented. So you can see roughening, severe, which portion, rounding, pitting. Pitting means small pits, back weathering, pitting. These are the chemical means technical terms of deterioration. So it has been graphically documented. So here you can see that this is the eastern side view. So this is during scientific preservation. What you told us, it is located. So we use paper pulp method to remove the excessive salt, saline, which gets dissolved inside the stone. So this is during removal of salt removal, paper pulp treatment. So you can see half of the portion it is wet, half is white, means it is dried. Half wet and half semi-wet and dry. This is the south side view. So this is also north side view. You can see. So here you can see this is the simple test for chloride. Mainly seawater has sodium chloride. Chloride is the main culprit of deterioration. So you can check, so whatever the paper pulp collected, so which is dissolved in water, we take the with certain chemical silver chloride. So silver chloride formation is there. So silver nitrate you treat it. So silver chloride formation, that is white precipitate occurs. So using that we used to repeat the salt removal process for many times. So this is the Konark Sun Temple. So this is totally different. So that is means south. So this is the east. So it is also located. That is exactly located. So temple is exactly located in the seashore. But Konark Sun Temple is almost 3-4 kilometers. But still saline wind is there, and here totally the construction material is condolite. So one type of sandstone like, but it has rich iron mineral. So it has inherent deterioration. It has severe means deterioration also, as well as carvings are comparably more than Soar Temple. Here also problem is same, more or less microclimatic condition, saline effect, building material which is condolite. Sandblasting also occurs here also, but in comparable to minimum with that. But due to iron rich, because iron has the ability to react with chloride ion, and the complex chemical mechanism occurs and deterioration starts. The weathering, natural weathering also, these are the problems. Here you can see, here also same. We used to remove the salt, because without if we don't remove the salt, so the mechanism will become complex. So we generally do the removal of soluble salts using the paper pulp method. So other temple, so which is Sri Brihadiswara temple, which is almost 218 feet height. So this is constructed by the Rajaraja Cholan. So it is located in Tanjavur. So this is the aerial view of this massive complex. It has different gopuras. Main gopura is the highest, means highest 218 feet, which has almost 6 ton वेट का एक ऊपर का एक पत्थर है, सिंगल पत्थर है. So conservation problem, mainly what I told you is there presence of dust, dirt and micro vegetational growth. So due to water, bird droppings, particularly pigeons. Here pigeon as it is located in the higher, mainly pigeon activities are there, mainly lot of pigeon accretions. Last time when we took the chemical treatment of the Gopara, almost 200 to 300 kg pigeon droppings was removed from the Gopara. So main treatment methodology is just what I told, using non-ionic detergent with mild base, liquid ammonia. We used to remove the microvegetation. Biocidal treatment to arrest, to further, अगर further growth नहीं होने के लिए उसमें use करते हैं biocidal और fungicidal treatment. The water repellent preservative coat, same as silicone, is applied as a to arrest the water. So this is before and after. This temple is mainly constructed by the granite, and these are having stucco. Means stucco is nothing but lime plaster and lime surki and this mixer with organic additives. So this is being, these sculptures has been made, but mainly blacks are granite. So here what I told you can see the pigeons droppings. So this is also main issue. Here you can see last time we collected during 2000, I think 2019 or 2020, the Kumbh Abhishek was there. At the time we have taken up the chemical conservation of main Gopura. So these have been collected as a pigeons droppings. So this is before and during and after scientific preservation. So this is the northeastern side portion. You can see before and after. So this is also northeastern side, before and after. So this is the Rajaraja Gopuram, before and after. This is you can see the difference. This is also granite structure. ऊपर का जो portion है ये सब stucco है. Stucco has the, because stucco instead of means stone से ज्यादा stucco में ज्यादा growth होता है क्योंकि उसमें pores ज्यादा है. This is the western side portion of Subramania temple. So these are the lime. You can see lime stucco. It's totally black with micro vegetation. This is also compound wall. The interior portion, as exterior has different conservation issue, interior has different conservation issues. Like oily, sooty accretions, whatever the religious matter means for worshipping. So they light the lamps of camphor and other things they use. So that smoke also get into the deposited into the walls of the inside temple, as well as bats. Sometimes bats enter, so that is also. So as I told, so using the clay pick and other technique, we remove the inside oily and sooty accretions inside. So this is also Brahadiswara temple in GKCpuram. I have written it shortly. Actually, Gangai Konda Cholapuram. So this is also World Heritage Monument. The great living Chola temples. These also one of the temple. So recently, our PM visited this temple during the last month. Here also same issues, presence of dust, dirt, microvegetational growth, bird droppings, particularly pigeons. And we use the methodology same to remove the microvegetation growth, biocidal treatment, as well as water repellent treatment. Here you can see the before and after. This is the main side view, eastern side view. So here you can see the black deposits of microvegetation. So this is before and after. You can see This is a stucco plaster. Lower portion granite, ऊपर का जो भी है lime structure है. Here you can see the stucco plaster, how much black biological growth was there. So after removal, you can see the difference. So you can see how much it was, the stucco was infected with the biological corrosion. Here also some salt was there, so we have tried to remove the saline, means paper pulp technique. So we removed the chalkiness as well as this salt. These are the inside temple, means inside the Gopura. You see the beautiful sculptures, how much black it was before the scientific treatment. So we have removed using the clay pack and other techniques. We removed the soot as well as oily accretions from the sculptures. So you can see the after. So this is the Ardha Mandapa inside Vimana. So this is actually Airavadeswara temple, Darasaram. It is also means it is also one of the World Heritage Site in Great Living Chola temples. Big temple, Tanjavur, Kangekonda Cholapuram, as well as Darasaram, Airavadeswara temple. Here also same conservation issues, microvegetational growths and other things. So this is the outer Gopura of the temple. So this is the after treatment. Before you can see. So this is the exterior sculpture, outer Vimana. You can see before cleaning how much it was there. See the beautiful sculpture. This is also stucco. Before cleaning, how it was. So after removal of the accretions, how it is. So you see how much accretion, because it has porous structure. So porous structure has the tendency to absorb water. Wherever the water absorb, the automatically biological growth starts. So this is the northern side wall. This is also Amman shrine, means there Shiva and Amman shrine is there in same Airavadeswara temple. Lord Shivji. So this is also one of the means I was lucky to work at Kedarnath temple for 1 month. Means in more than 6-7 teams we were there. It is not under our monument as a expert. So we were called for in the such a high altitude temple. So we have worked under the project. The back side of the temple, one side I was there in the team for almost 1 month. So it was also very challenging task. So you can see before, during, and after. See here, lichens were there, yellowish lichens, black color, algae was there. So this also granite was there, sandstone temple was there. So you can see the difference. So these are the some of the temples from Karnataka. This is district Haveri, Rettehalli. This construction material is totally different. So this is the soft stone. This is a schist stone. It has very beautiful carvings. You see before and after. This is also Kadambeswara temple, Rettehalli. So you see the oily accretions means oil, how much oil they have applied. So after removal of how the sculpture has become. So this is the famous Bhutnath temple. Excuse me. Badami. This is before and after. This is one of the temple from Tonnur. This is also stucco figure. Above that, removed it. Before, during, and after. So this is Ananda Padmanabha temple, Karkala, so Udupi district. So this is a wooden structure was there above wooden structure. Lower portion stone structure. It's like Kerala. It's located in Mangalore district, means Udupi district. Like Kerala, the structure architecture is there, this temple. This is actually Gomtiswara statue, Karkala, the same place, Udupi district. So here you can see how much micro vegetation growth was there. It's a monolithic statue. It is almost 42 feet height. This is the during and after execution of scaffolding, means erecting scaffolding for the treatment. This was also one of the challenging tasks because we do not have any support. So using backside on mandapa was there. So we erected the scaffolding. So this is the Jain temple, Mullur. These are the thumb inscription. You can see how much micro vegetation growth was there above. You can see. So these are after removal. These are the some open sculptures in the temple at Halayalur, Arkeswara temple, Halayalur, Chamarajanagar. This is Karnataka. So this is the one of the means Gomtiswara statue monolithic, which is located on the hill. That Karkala Gomtiswara statue that is also located on the hill. This is also monolithic. So this is the tallest, means around 60 to 63 feet. Every 12 years, Mahamasta occurs. So this is before scientific consideration, during and after, you can see. So here, during every 12 years, they use Mahamastagabhisega. You can see they are pouring milk over the temple, over the statue. You can see turmeric powder, turmeric paste. You can see saffron paste as well as sugar cane juice or curd and other things. They offer it to the god. So you can see the various phases of Gomtiswara statue during Mahamastakavisega. So this is also some of the conservation issues, but whenever Mahamastakavisega occur, before that we used to chemically clean it as well as we apply a water repellent coat. So that protects the sculpture from the various, because we cannot stop the religious activities. That has to be there because we have to respect our religious as well as heritage also. So we cannot leave anything. So both are our eyes like thing. So we have to respect our religious activities also as well as heritage also. So before Mahamastabhisega also we do preservation. After Mahamastabhisega also we do preservation. So like that we are balancing our heritage as well as religious activities. So these are Vaisala emblem. You can see how much accretions are there. It is very difficult to remove these odd accretions. It takes so much time. So you can see in the beautiful sculptures, means carvings, how much accretions was there. So before and after. So this is the Kedareswara temple, before, during and after. So these are three Vimanas are there. So you can see what I told you that
Hello.
plant was there. You can see after that it has been removed. So I am coming to the some of the
Roll number 16. Roll number 16. Please mute yourself. Roll number 16. MMTC coordinators, please mute roll number 16. So just a minute, I will just call the.
काय फॉर्म द्यायचा आहे तुम्हाला? बरं.
करा बरं, ते बोलतच राहिलेत. त्यांना मी म्हणतीये बंद करा. रोल नंबर 16 ला म्यूट करा. काय म्हणलं? So please continue, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so now I am coming for some archaeological objects. So these are some of the excavated coins from Sannati, district Gulbarga, Karnataka. You can see before treatment of scientific preservation, how much mud and other things were there. So after in our laboratory, after removal, preservation, you can see the condition of the coins. So after treatment, you can see the details of the coins. So these are some of the paintings of famous Hampi temple, Virupaksa temple, ceiling. The murals are there. So before and after, these are some of the ornaments of Hampi excavation, district Bellary, Karnataka. Before and after, these are some copper objects. Some painting panels, which is the North Karnataka, Bidar district. One of the Amasa Vali tomb, Astar. You can see like some lines, plazas were there. So that has been completely removed. So you can see the painting of Virupaksa temple before and after, how it is looking. Oh, this is one of the famous site at Darya Daulat Bagh. I have written DD Bagh. That is Darya Daulat Bagh, Srirangapatna. It's a summer palace of Tipu Sultan. So it has a unique structure of wooden ceiling. It's actually ceiling. The above picture is ceiling. Wooden ceiling has covered with canvas. The in-between space were covered with this canvas, and they have painted beautiful geometrical designs. So due to weather condition, that wooden planks expands, the space comes and that canvas deteriorates and damage occurs. So you can see the damage. So after that, we restored it with compatible material, and we have made it, restored the paintings. So these are some of the wooden sculptures from the Goa. There is Bomb Jesus Church, main, you can see. These are wooden polychrome figures. The head one is silver, but remaining jo gold gilded paint. You can see how much it was dust was deposited over. So using some, because in wood we cannot use any water. Some organic solvent mixer has been used to clean the sculpture. So you can see before and after how the sculpture looks. Here you can see the previous how much dull it was. So after cleaning, how bright it has become. You can see how much it was there before, dust was there. So we filled it and suitable material also, some filling work, modeling work, because we have modeler also with us. So they do modeling work also. So these are some of the canvas painting, because each and every object has different problems. Canvas painting, it has different because it is painted over the canvas. Some stretching will be there, some cracks, crackles, many problems will be there, different. So this has been attended by us. So you can see the before cleaning how it was. So during cleaning how much dust and other things were there. So these are the one of the sculpture was there in Goa Museum. So we have taken a challenging task to restore the complete sculpture. You can see so many pieces and with wrong means with many nails and repairing means improper restoration method also in previous who were done, but we have repaired it completely. You can see after mending and doing chemical restoration how the sculpture has become polychrome figure. So this is also one of the sculpture. You see how much it has become. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces were there. Sorry. So after complete restoration, you can see the polychrome figure. So this is one of the stone antiquity. It was excavated from Raigad fort. So this is a very small only. See, the problem is that in during the excavation also some problem occurs because immediately if we expose any equilibrium item, अगर जमीन का अंदर कुछ था उसको immediately लेके बाहर रख दिया, मतलब सनलाइट में रख दिया, वो ऑटोमेटिकली क्रैक हो जाएगा क्योंकि वो टेम्परेचर अलग था, वो नीचे मिट्टी का अंदर में जो इक्विलिब्रियम था, टेम्परेचर था, रिलेटिव ह्यूमिडिटी अलग था, उसको निकाल के एकदम टेम्परेचर हाई टेम्परेचर में रख दिया तो ऑटोमेटिकली it gets broken. This what happened in this case. So after that, using ethyl silicate and other chemicals and with some pins, because this much big sculpture we cannot wind it with copper pins. So after restoration, you can see how the sculpture has been, stone antiquity has been restored. So these are the some of the iron antiquities which were from Raigad Fort, Maharashtra. See, iron has the tendency to rust it, as we know. So using certain chemicals, because each and every item has different methods and chemicals using specified techniques in our laboratory. So we have completely preserved these antiquities. So you see this copper antiquity. So these are the one of the ceramic part was the ceramic portion. This was also, so you can see how much mud and other after cleaning how it has become. So finally, after finishing other case studies, so I am coming into my at present in previous works, whatever wherever I have worked, I have shown the things. At present, I am working as in charge of Ajanta caves. So I would like to show some of the works and whatever the challenging we are facing in preservation of Ajanta murals. So I am not going to take much time. I will finish in time. So this is the general view of Ajanta caves. Now in rainy season, the same picture you can see. So here conservation issues are, you can see how much dust during some other reason are also conservation due to in certain caves, not in all case. In cave number 10, this problem occurs because it is open. Cave number 10, some pigeon droppings, as I told in Big Temple. Cave number 10, pigeon was coming inside. So we have tried to stop it now. So the bats excreta, not now, earlier because the caves were open. At that time, bats used to come and they make the menace. So you can see the bats excreta. The flaking and loss of pigments due to aging, as I told you, the due to varnish application. So these are the main things. The chalkiness over, you can see this is the cave number 6, chalkiness over white color deposits. As we have already told, thick preservative coating. Actually, in 1920, the restorers were there, Professor Secconi and team. At that time, Italians were best, means now also Italians are best in restoration of any antiquity and material heritage. At that time, it was a very good preservative. But later, whenever it time becomes that varnish gets deteriorated and उसका कलर चेंज होके एकदम येलो होके एकदम completely black हो गया because it is almost 100 years हो गया. So old varnish coat found us. So our researchers have found it is a mastic or copal varnish. So cave number 17 was completely closed for 10 years. The complete restoration of murals were taken up during the 90s. Our ASI science branch team has taken the challenging step challenging task. So now it has been cleaned completely. Maximum murals have been exposed. And Ajanta is such a site is that so 365 days you have to work as it is located in the dense forest. So various factors of things are happening because Ajanta plasters have mud plaster as well as organic additives and many other things are there. So to attract, so insects they attract, insect they come to eat. So you can see this is the silverfish. This is the main culprit in deteriorating the murals. It eats the whatever the organic content of the plaster. So then the plaster get loose and it get fallen. And other insects also you can see how much insects. So regularly we use as well as relative humidity increases due to rain. Rain we cannot control, but you can see the visitor footfall at Ajanta in peak season. In one day, 20, 25, 30,000, 40,000 people also visit in peak period. And seepages of moisture, because in cave structure where water comes, we don't know. So certain many of the structural geological survey of India also work to arrest the main water channels above the caves. Now it is not that much water seepage is there, only exterior portion water seepages are there. Inside there is no water seepages are there. So what we do is preventive as well as active conservation. What already I have told, preventive means जो before कोई भी treatment लेने के पहले to prevent एक्टिव कंजर्वेशन का पहले जो भी कंजर्वेशन मेजर्स हम लोग कैरी आउट करते हैं दैट इज कॉल्ड एज प्रिवेंटिव कंजर्वेशन. So these are the some of the chemical we had used to remove the old shellac which was applied by the Italian restorers. These are the certain chemicals mixture. This has been very much effective to remove the old varnish. So you can see this is the cave number 10 Ajanta. This is the one of the ancient means 2nd century BC mural. So you can see the murals inside the glass panels of cave number 10. So you can see before and after. This is also cave number 10. So you can see the varnish removal. The strip has been left, you can see. So this is the varnish. After removal of the varnish, how the painting looks. So we generally do the removal of chalkiness also, the white chalkiness due to relative humidity rises and other things. So you can see the flecking of painting, cracks and other things. We regularly using our expert team, modeler and other photographers. So we generally work as a Ajanta. See, I used to come to Ajanta for 1 week and we do camp and we ourselves do the preservation. Today also we are doing the removal of bats excreta. Means not now bats is not the issue. But earlier, whatever the bats excreta is there, so due to this monsoon season, it gets activated. I will show you the thing later. This is the panel of painting, flecking of pigment. So after so if there any cracks are bulging in the painted plaster, if we regularly monitor all the murals all over the year, throughout the year, if anything occurs or any bulging occurs, we generally do with this technique of jack to adjust to keep and fix the bulged portion cracks. So this is the technique of how we fix the bulging. So we used to keep the wherever the bulging occurs. So we use the support. Another side we make a hole and we insert a adhesive. And this is the general method approved by the UNESCO. So this is recently I have treated that removed the one of the figure was left. You can see this is the before cave number 6. Before and after removal of, because it took almost 2 months for me. I said whenever I come in a month, 2-3 days, I used to sit and I had worked this using certain chemical mixer. This is the one of the cave mural, cave number 11. So you can see there is no figure is completely visible, but after you can see how the colors have been exposed. These are also cave number 11 veranda murals. This you can see before and after how the murals have become. So this is also one of the mending of stone sculptures. So here you can see the fingers have been lost. Using our modeler, using suitable same stone powder with some SS clips and other things, because we cannot make a stone powder and fix it, it will not stay. So using these pins, we apply the stone powder and we mend it. Here also you can see the nose portion was damaged. So that has been replaced with same stone powder and before, during and after. This is a mending work has been done by our modeler. Here you can see some of the portion has been deteriorated. So this has been made. Here also you can see this finger as well as this leg also. You can see this leg portion and this portion. Up to certain extent, whatever we can do it, we do it. But we do not generally make any face and other aesthetic appearance. So this portion, that tail of the lion, as well as this finger, this leg portion, you can see. So this is also one of the important work we do at Ajanta. Fixing and filleting of, as I have told, the ancient mud plaster of Ajanta has been analyzed by our other superior officers, means like our Professor Subbaraman and Dr. S. Paramasivam, Dr. Manager Singh. Many other researchers have done extensive research on the earthen plasters of Ajanta caves and found that many organic additives have been found. So according to that and other natural text also, using natural text also, we have tried and formulated a compatible earthen plaster for repairing the mud mortar. We have prepared it. So for each and different case, we have different mud plaster. So we are using this technique. It's a unique technique, traditional technique to repair the mud plaster. So this is also being carried out regularly at Ajanta caves to upkeep and preserve our ancient earthen plaster technique. So you can see whatever, otherwise the earthen plaster will decay and one day it will diminish. We cannot give it to our future. And every 15 days means monthly twice, we used to spray insecticidal spraying. As I told you, as it is located in the dense forest, many insects get attracts for nutrition, means for their food. It attracts towards the painting and the sculptures. So for removing that, to arrest the insects, regularly we do insecticidal spraying. As well as what I told you, that bats excreta over the stone surface, it was the some of the case. So you can see that during paper pulp, what I told you, that paper pulp is also being used to remove the bats excreta. This is the during. You can see the paper pulp is applied. Paper pulp is prepared like this. So tearing the paper and mixing it with certain chemicals and mix it with, this is the technique. So you can see that this is the tearing. So you can see the traces of bats excreta. This is the inside cell. This is the cave number 6. So before and after you see, totally it has been completely eradicated. Apart from, generally we do removal of dust using feather brush through the murals over 365 days. We have the skilled workers and technical team for we are dedicated office for the scientific preservation of Ajanta murals and sculptures. And we are having one of the sophisticated laboratory in Aurangabad also, which has many sophisticated instruments in Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University campus. Usually we are doing regular upkeep, means removal of dust from the sculptures also, as well as caves also. Many of the painted caves, cave number 1, 2, 16, 17. Many of the painted caves we have stopped the chapels, means footwear, to arrest the dust. And we are recording the microclimatic condition also using traditional method also, as well as hygrograph also. So we generally have the record of around 4 decades, means 40 to 50 years. We are having the record of the temperature and relative humidity of each and every cave, cave number, mainly painted caves. तो one of the fumigation is nothing but जो भी है insect है, insect caves है, जो मतलब हमको दिखता है जो ऐसे told that white termite है, that silverfish white color, so that cannot be seen, that cannot be killed also because it lives inside the plaster. So for killing those type of insect, we generally do a fumigation. Fumigation is nothing but एक फ्यूमिगेंट गैस होता है, उसको केव्स को क्लोज करके उसमें केव का अंदर पर्च कर देते हैं, पर्च करके around 48 hours the cave is completely closed with the poisonous gas, the all the insects inside the plaster wherever that gets killed. So this is the fumigation process. This has been carried out as per the requirement, means almost 10 years once we do carry out this. Last few years back we carried out for cave number 1 and 2. Last to last year, we carried out for cave number 16 and 17. Some of the insect in found in cave number, this is cave number 16 and 17. So it was carried out in. So you can see this type of insects. You can see one of the scorpion was also there. Some of these things. This is a silverfish. This is mainly culprit for deteriorating the our painted plasters. So this was also found in cave number 1 and 2. But whereas in cave number 16 and 17, we did not found any silverfish. This may be due to cave number 16, 17 is little bit far away from the forest area. Means it is height. Cave number 1 and 2 are little bit nearer to the. This is our hypothesis. So these are the last 2008 to 18, the temperature, you can see the how temperature fluctuation is there, as well as relative humidity. As well as we are recently started recording carbon dioxide level, means whenever the visitor enters the cave, number of visitor increases as per the UNESCO and our archaeological policy. So we are having the level of CO2 level whenever the visitor increases, because we are exhaling the CO2 level, because we are taking the oxygen and we are exhaling CO2. Whenever visitor increases, the cave number 1 and 2 CO2 level gets increased. So we are restricting the visitors also to control the CO2 level, because CO2 level may in high humidity, it may create complex reaction with the pigments of the mural. So to stop that reactions and other things, so we are doing this project. So these are the things. If you are having any doubt, so you can ask me.
The forum is open for question and answers. Participants, Sir, you can stop sharing the screen so that.
Yeah.
Participants, are you having any questions? Could you please on your videos?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, sir. Myself, Dr. Bhagat.
Yes, sir.
I have a very small question. So, which pesticides is used for swimming purpose? Because we was told in your lecture,
Okay, sir.
for swimming purpose, you use some gases to kill the
Yes.
insects
Yes,
inside the
sir.
cave.
Mm-hmm. Well, they are actually experts only being called for insecticide. That is pest control of India, like that expert. They some gases is there. That is poisonous with the CO2 gas is there. So we call experts for the fumigation purpose.
So the conservation methodology for the old caves, that is cave number 10 from 2nd century BC, and the caves which are from 4th century AD. So the mechanism is different, sir, for both the
Yes, ma'am.
caves?
Actually, different upon the layers and the techniques, means mud plaster techniques. Actually, for mural conservation, as per the requirement of whatever the ground or paint layer, so we used to decide the chemical composition and other things, methods also. Generally, for cave number 10, for ancient that 2nd century BC, that were different. But now what we are doing for cave number 10, that wall mural or cave number 6, that is different. So according to the condition of the mural as well as the deterioration pattern, we change the methodologies as well as chemical.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have participants from chemistry department as well. If you all are having any questions, you can ask. This is on a very important aspect, that is conservation of Ajanta cave paintings as well as the important monuments, sir has mentioned.
हेलो सर।
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
सर मैं असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर संदीप बुगे
Yes, sir.
नेवासा से बात कर रहा हूँ सर।
Okay, बताइए.
सर ये आर्कियोलॉजिकल सर्वे ऑफ इंडिया के जो 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 स्मारक है,
जी.
कोई स्टोन में है, कोई वुडन में है, कोई
जी.
वेरियस टाइप के पिक्चर्स है।
जी.
इनको जो कंजर्वेशन करने से पहले जो जो टेस्ट करते हैं आप,
जी.
वो सभी टेस्ट कहाँ होते हैं और सभी फैसिलिटी आप कहाँ अवेलेबल है आपकी?
नहीं, हमारा लेबोरेटरी जैसे देहरादून में है, अभी औरंगाबाद में भी एक सोफिस्टिकेटेड लेबोरेटरी है, वहाँ पर रामन है, FTAR है, एटॉमिक ऑब्जर्वेशन है, और बहुत सारा हम लोग पोर्टेबल इंस्ट्रूमेंट भी रखते हैं जैसे फील्ड में, क्योंकि बहुत सारा सैंपल तो आर्कियोलॉजिकल सैंपल तो ले नहीं सकते हैं, तो इन सिटू एनालिसिस होती है, जैसे पोर्टेबल इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स लाइक जैसे अजंता में बिफोर टेकिंग ए बेनी ट्रीटमेंट वी डू IR photography. So is there any layers are there? I have not shown it. So IR photography like that, some UV photography, some pre-treatment studies we carry out.
ओके सर।
हाँ,
सर
in
और दूसरा एक
monuments
मेरा
also.
सवाल है,
हाँ,
आप
बताइए.
हाँ, और आप जो केमिकल प्रोसेस करते हैं सर,
जी.
वो करते वक्त आपको बहुत वो रिस्की भी है, आपके जो टूरिस्ट आते हैं उनको भी कुछ आपको प्रिकॉशन लेना पड़ता हो ना सर?
नहीं, केमिकल मतलब हाँ वो तो है। केमिकल मतलब पेंटिंग में जो भी है सॉल्वेंट्स वगैरह थोड़ा से ये तो रहता है। तो मेनली हम
हाँ
लोग बाकी स्टोन मोनुमेंट्स ये सब में तो इतना हार्मफुल केमिकल तो यूज नहीं करते हैं। पेंटिंग में
हाँ
ऑर्गेनिक सॉल्वेंट्स वगैरह यूज करना पड़ता है, तो उसको सर्टेन
हाँ
मिक्सर यूज करके हम लोग सर्टेन मास्क वगैरह यूज करके, तो
हाँ।
विजिटर जब नहीं रहते हैं मंडे टाइम में ही करते हैं हम लोग, जो जब ज्यादा।
मुझे
हाँ।
मैंने ये क्वेश्चन इसलिए पूछा सर, मेरा गांव
हम्म।
पैठण के नजदीक है गोटर।
जी
हमारे गांव में मल्लिकार्जुनेश्वर टेम्पल है पुराना।
जी।
एक 4-5 साल पहले ऐसा ही हुआ, कंजर्वेशन प्रोसेस चालू थी आपके डिपार्टमेंट की ओर से।
अच्छा।
और ये सभी लोगों के लिए ये मंदिर बंद किया था।
हाँ
वहाँ
हाँ
अगरबत्ती लगाना
हाँ
या
हाँ
फ्लेम लगाना वो रिस्ट्रिक्ट किया था। लेकिन
हाँ
एक आदमी ने वहाँ अगरबत्ती लगाई और
हाँ।
टोटल ब्लास्ट हुआ था और 4-5 लोग बर्न हुए थे।
अच्छा। हाँ वो
इसीलिए मैं
ये
पूछा
मतलब
सर।
सर्टेन जैसे एक्चुअली प्रिजर्वेटिव के लिए क्या पहले यूज होता था, टोल्यूइन यूज होता था।
हाँ सर।
टोल्यूइन इज हाईली, हम लोग अभी उसको बंद कर दिया। पहले कुछ टोल्यूइन बेस्ड सॉल्वेंट बेस्ड यूज करते थे। तो टोल्यूइन तो हाईली इन्फ्लेमेबल है, कहीं भी मतलब अगर फायर लग जाएगा तो ब्लास्ट हो जाएगा। ये तो हुआ है आंध्रा में भी, हमारा भी डिपार्टमेंट में एक टेम्पल में था। एक दो ड्रम मतलब जहाँ स्टोर करके रखा था वहां पर एक फायर एक्सीडेंट तो हुआ है। तो वो तो रिस्की है, लेकिन हम लोग मिनिमम यूज करते हैं आजकल तो। वाटर बेस्ड यूज करते हैं, वाटर बेस्ड में वो रिस्क नहीं रहता है। लेकिन प्रिवेंटिव जो भी है जितना भी है मतलब स्टेप्स ले सकते हैं उतना ये करके केयर लेके ही करते हैं हम लोग।
ओके ओके, थैंक यू सर, बहुत
थैंक यू।
बढ़िया नॉलेज दिया सर
थैंक
आपने।
यू।
पूरे
थैंक यू।
पूरे इंडिया के सभी टेम्पल की सही हमें उस कारण सभी देखने को मिले। बहुत बहुत
ओके।
धन्यवाद, थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू। थैंक यू।
So if we are not having any other questions, then we will go for vote of thanks.
Yes, roll number 13.
यस सर, आवाज आ रहा है सर मेरा?
हाँ ये तो है
मेरा
सर।
बताइए प्लीज।
विश्वविद्यालय अनुदान आयोग यूजीसी एमएमटीसी केंद्र छत्रपति संभाजी नगर के संयुक्त तत्वाधान में आयोजित अभिविन्यास और संवेदीकरण कार्यक्रम का आज दूसरा दिन। आज के प्रमुख संसाधन व्यक्ति विनोद कुमार जी, डेप्यूटी सुप्रिंटेंडिंग आर्कोलॉजिस्ट ये एस आई छत्रपति संभाजी नगर। सर ने एएसआई के माध्यम से हमारे देश की विरासत किन किन वैज्ञानिक प्रक्रियाओं के माध्यम से जतन किया जाता है, ये बहुत ही विस्तृत हमें समझाया है। ये ज्ञान हमें और हमारे छात्रों को और हमारे समाज को निश्चित ही उपयोगी होगा। आपके ज्ञान से लाभान्वित होकर हमें आगे कामयाबी मिलेगी। अंततः हम एमएमटीसी तथा सभी प्रतियोगियों की ओर से कृतज्ञता ज्ञापित करते हैं। साथ ही इस केंद्र के निदेशक, डिप्टी निदेशक, कोऑर्डिनेटर इन के प्रति भी हम कृतज्ञता ज्ञापित करते हैं, जिनकी बदौलत समय समय पर हमें अच्छे संसाधन व्यक्ति के विचार मिलते रहे हैं तथा आभासी पटल पर जुड़े सभी प्रतिभागियों के प्रति भी सहृदयता कृतज्ञता ज्ञापित करता हूँ। धन्यवाद। धन्यवाद सर।
थैंक यू। थैंक यू मैडम।
Thank you, sir. Thank
थैंक
you
यू।
so
थैंक
much.
यू। थैंक यू।
Thank you.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर, थैंक
थैंक यू। थैंक यू। धन्यवाद।
We will wait for another 5 minutes. The next speaker is soon joining. Could you please on your videos?
माइक अनम्यूट नहीं करना है, आपका ओनली कैमरा ऑन करना है, ऑल पार्टिसिपेंट।
Next, who is going to give the introduction? Please be ready. The introduction is quite lengthy, तो उसको थोड़ा सा जल्दी पढ़ लेना, ठीक है? I will invite the next speaker straight away as we have completed. Sir join कर रहे हैं. Who is reading the introduction of Professor Sudhir
Ma'am,
Gavhane, sir?
ma'am, I will be reading the
I
introduction.
roll number
Roll
11.
number 11.
Okay, 11 number. You can please on the video and read it, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. Others can off the videos.
Ma'am,
It is a
Yes.
privilege.
ma'am,
It is a privilege.
Namaskar, sir. Gavhane, sir.
नमस्कार नमस्कार
Namaskar. Yes, please. Roll number 11, please start.
Thank you, ma'am. It is a privilege to introduce Professor Dr. Sudhir Gavhane, a veteran proactive higher educationist, acclaimed academician, visionary leader, and institutional builder with an illustrious career spanning over 4 decades in the field of higher education, research, and academic leadership. Dr. Gavhane has served as the Vice Chancellor of 2 reputed universities, Yeshwantrao Chavan Maharashtra Open University, Nashik, and Mahatma Gandhi Missions University, Aurangabad. Currently, he is the Dean and Director of Liberal Arts, Science and Commerce at MIT World Peace University, Pune. With an outstanding record of academic service, Dr. Gavhane has held prestigious positions such as Director, Students Welfare, Director, Center for Open and Distance Learning, Academic Council Member, Senate Member, Management Council Member, and Head of Mass Communications and Journalism departments in multiple universities. Dr. Gavhane has worked with NAC for over 22 years, visiting 130 plus higher education institutions across the country, serving as chairperson in nearly 70% of these assessments, thus shaping quality benchmarks in Indian higher education. And he has also been a member of numerous academic and policy committees of reputed bodies such as UGC, ICSSR, TISS, University of Pune, University of Mumbai, University of Calicut, etc. An acclaimed academic communicator, he has delivered more than 500 invited lectures, keynote addresses, and sessions in India and abroad. His contributions have been recognized with international awards, fellowships, and 2 honorary D.Litt degrees from the USA and Switzerland. He has successfully supervised 15 PhD scholars and guided 250 plus master's dissertations. As a chairperson of the Campus Development Committee at BAMU, he led a horticulture project that transformed 200 plus acres of barren land into fertile fruit orchards, now celebrated as an oxygen hub for the city of Aurangabad. He is a prolific writer and media contributor. He has authored 20 books, edited academic volumes, and published innumerable articles, reports, and features on socio-economic, cultural issues. He has also served as the editor of the Sunday magazine of the Marathi daily Lokmat for 8 years, contributing immensely to public intellectual discourse. So on behalf of the organizing committee, UGC, HRDC, BAMU, and on behalf of all the participants in the refresher course, let me invite Professor Gavhane for the lecture.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. Can we present PPT?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, are you sharing or do you want us to share it?
Yeah. I expect from your side to share it.
From my side. Okay, sir,
Yeah.
then just a moment. Just a moment, sir. Sir, we have uploaded it.
Yeah. So, good evening to everyone, my dear friends. And at the outset,
Good evening, sir.
thanks our teachers training institution, that is Madan Mohan Malviya Institute of Teachers Training of University Grants Commission, and giving me an opportunity to share my views and thoughts on Indian knowledge systems. We all know that traditional knowledge, indigenous knowledge in India is being researched for centuries. And hundreds and thousands of authors have written research papers, books, publication, nationally, internationally, in different top universities in the world on the indigenous knowledge system, history, philosophy, culture, art, architectures, coins, administration, polity of India. But The boost to this was given by NEP 2020, in which Government of India, Department of Education has given special emphasis on the basis of NEP 2020 to promote Indian knowledge systems. And we all know that NEP 2020 has given more emphasis on Indian languages, doing research in Indian languages, learning in education in Indian languages, translation of Indian languages, and India is a continent in all respect. For example, if you consider Europe as a continent, you will find that there are 44 countries in Europe, and their total population is 72 crores, 720 millions. And India is a single country which has population of 1.4 billion, double of that of Europe put together, all countries put together. Same is the case if you take in account Africa continent with 54 countries put together, their population is 1.4 billion. And India, one single country, is having population of 1.4 billion. It means that India is a storehouse of 50 plus countries, size of 54 countries in the world. Whole of Europe put together, India is a single country comparable with that. Actually, Europe is half of that. And therefore, population-wise, region-wise, the languages, the philosophies, the thought processes, the history, archaeology, iconography, the literature in various languages, tremendous amount of literature, knowledge, content is being created over the years in India. And therefore, the Indian knowledge system, as emphasized in our new education policy, National Education Policy 2020, is given boost by the Government of India. And that's a good initiative to be admired with. And therefore, let us try to understand what exactly IKS stands for. And as well as my emphasis today, my focus today is how IKS can be a source for multidisciplinary research possibilities and opportunities. I'm going to focus on that. As a social scientist, I believe even our NEP
Sir, we cannot
university.
hear you.
What
Now we
happened?
can hear you, sir. Now we can hear you, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Please continue.
So till now, have you able to listen to me or not?
Yes, sir. It was
Okay.
just few seconds.
Break.
Got
Okay. It was break. Yeah. Okay. Everybody is able to listen to me? Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So let me continue.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So NEP 2020 focuses on the multidisciplinary education and research universities. I call them as a Meru University, multidisciplinary education and research universities. Though our NEP 2020 implementation is on in various institutions and universities and various states, but unfortunately, the multidisciplinary research and education dimension is symbolically treated and is not implemented in the full spirit of NEP 2020. We don't have multidisciplinary education at present. Some courses we have introduced, we have to appreciate that. But at the same time, multidisciplinary education in true sense is yet to come out. Few organizations, few universities are trying for that. And in terms of multidisciplinary research, we have still not, dismantled our disciplinary boundaries. We are still into that. Visit a college or visit a university, any higher education institution, you will find compartmentalization of the different disciplines and departments. And therefore, the interplay, interaction between disciplines is most required. And therefore, the one single source for undertaking multidisciplinary research and education is IKS. Because IKS is a vast and dynamic intellectual tradition spanning millennia. It is increasingly recognized as the profound source of research, knowledge, and innovation. Its multidisciplinary nature, cutting across many disciplines. Its canvas spread from history, literature, art, spiritualities, philosophy, architecture, archaeology, traditional sciences, traditional technologies, traditional medicine, traditional agriculture, traditional wellness, mental health, botany, medicinal plants, multiculturalism, pluralism of cultures, interfaith studies, multilingual, abundance literature available, treasure of knowledge, revisiting and reviving its modern knowledge society, economy, can provide sustainable solutions to the problem of the world today. And therefore, in my opinion, this particular sector of academics, Indian knowledge system, is abundant and enormous source of undertaking research, that too multidisciplinary research. I am inviting your attention to a book published in this year by Andre Tuske from USA. She's a historian, and you will surprise, she's professor of South Asian Studies in American University, and during last region, South Asian region, our subcontinent, and of which India is the major part. And in that, Andre has written the 5,000 years history of India. Just showcase the next slide where the title of the book will be available. Yeah, this is the book. So I have that book with me and I'm studying that. Very impressive, intellectually of high caliber work done by one American professor, historian, comparatively young professor. So she has tried to write 5,000 years of history of our subcontinent and India. This kind of voluminous research is expected from Indian researchers. And the way in which she has described and traced the history of 5,000 years of India and subcontinent and South Asia is amazing. That work itself, though it's nearly 700 pages book, but it gives, a complete view of India, its philosophy, its arts, its culture, its tradition, its various philosophies, from Hinduism to Buddhism to Jainism to Sikhism to warriors to art to culture to Bhakti movement, that is the science, science, literature, the gender issues, the Dalit issues, equality issues. Amazing works he has done. It's a role model how we social scientists and researchers from different science and technology departments also can undertake multidisciplinary research to this level. So that is what IKS stands for, and that is what we are expecting to undertake on the issue of this. Next slide, please. So we know that, traditional knowledge or Indian knowledge systems, every country has its traditional knowledge. We cannot deny that. But it depends on the history and tradition of that country. We are among the rarest of rare countries of which history goes back to 5,000 years. Many Asian countries also subscribes to that. And therefore, if you have a huge history, historical background, cultural background, then that particular country becomes very important, not in the context of that particular region of the world, but for the whole world to understand the human knowledge system, the human tradition, human wisdom, human knowledge creation, linguistic variety, diversity, thought processes, philosophy. Everything is very important. And therefore, see the different dimensions of the traditional knowledge system. Traditional knowledge is generated within the communities. It's a community product, not an individual product. And therefore, what we call in today's world collaborative intelligence, it's a product of collaborative intelligence of people from different region, different areas of that particular country, different generation, different centuries, and they are contributing for knowledge creation, the philosophy, the thought processes, spiritualism, religion, art, culture, everything. Then it depends on the location and cultural specific. Traditional knowledge depends on location and culture specific. It is culture specific. It gives us the decision making abilities, competencies, and survival strategies. How to survive in a crisis situation. That is the power the traditional knowledge has. It's a product of centuries of human experience and communication. The problem with traditional knowledge in every country is it is not systematically documented. And the case of India is also the same. And therefore, I suppose that Indian knowledge system initiative of the government of India is very important in terms of systematically documenting and examining, re-evaluating, reviving our traditional knowledge system. The concern critical issues of life, because many a times we face a lot of mental crisis. Stress is there. Mental health is a subject of grave concern globally. Out of 4 people, there is one people suffering some kind of mental health issues. World Health Organization says that. And therefore, in these critical issues of life, we don't have a mental peace. At our home, in our office, in our society, there is unrest, there is a violence, there is tragic incidences, there are wars, there are hatred among the communities, caste, religions, race, cultures. Those kind of conflicts are re-emerging into our world. And therefore, we need mental peace. And how to gain that mental peace? These traditional knowledge system, Indian knowledge systems, our saints and great leaders, great gurus are in position to provide us the solution in a better manner, because they wrote this, they spoke this, they expressed this for the common people of those times. So dynamic based innovation, adaptation, and experimentation is also there into that. And we see that the scientist is a person who challenges the existing system. Okay, do the deconstruction, and then work for reconstruction. And that kind of work has been done by these great gurus and philosophers of our soil, and also from abroad. And they are inspiring to the people around us. For example, Mahatma Phule is the social reformer of Maharashtra and India. who gave thought for social equality, social justice, and gender equality. He was inspired by Thomas Paine, who was a great American scholar of 17th, 18th century. And because of his 180 pages common sense book,
Hello.
But participants, can you hear गव्हाणे सर?
No,
मॅम
ma'am.
समजत नाही सरांचं.
नाही, बंद झालाय ना. ठीक
हो.
आहे, मी त्यांना फोन करते.
hello.
Yes,
Hello,
sir, we can.
am I
Yes, sir,
audible now?
we
Yeah,
can
extremely
hear.
sorry.
Yes,
There
yes.
was a network issue. Extremely sorry.
No,
So
no problems.
technology provides solution. It creates problems also. We have to understand that.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Yeah. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So in the today's context, how Indian knowledge system helps us. See, the indigenous knowledge, or in terms of India, it's Indian knowledge systems. We are facing the climatism and geomorphology. Okay, so in this situation, how to survive and how to sustain, to preserve the nature, and the interconnectedness between the nature and human life is being thoroughly examined and explained by great scientists and great sons of India. And therefore, we have to understand that in the present climate change crisis, and we need climate restoration, the crisis of biodiversity we are facing, the crisis of human existence is there. For example, we have developed artificial intelligence.
Hello.
Sir is joining shortly.
Hello, hello.
Ji,
Am I
sir.
audible? Yeah, extremely
Yes, sir.
sorry.
Yes, sir.
There's some network issue going on. Yeah.
Sir, no
So,
problem, sir.
yeah. So what I'm saying, this the present context of climate change, climate restoration, preserving biodiversity, and the technological advancement like AI, these are the problems. And here, what is required? The technology is there, existing. It is useful. It is supporting. But at the same time, there is need of rationalization about that. And that rationalization is very important, and these kind of thoughts and philosophies can be given by the traditional wisdom, people with traditional wisdom, and that wisdom lies in philosophies preached by the philosophers, spiritual leaders of different sects and different religions, and through that only we can understand in such situation how to work and how to go ahead. And therefore, there is a cultural context to that, there is socio-economic context to that, the globalization is happening, and there is an enormous scope, like European Renaissance has helped India to improve itself. Okay. Likewise, there is a possibility that with the Indian philosophy, Indian knowledge system, if it is rationally presented, if it is scientifically tested and proven true, then the whole world, whole Europe will learn from us. This kind of possibility is there. So, for global peace, for mental health, and solving the issues of today's society can be addressed by our Indian knowledge system. Next slide, please. So I would like next slide, please. Next slide. I would like to invite your attention to the, few books on which you can do some research, and that is about six systems of Indian philosophy. Max Muller, you know that he has written this book in I think 1899. Okay, there is a book called as Brahmanism and Hinduism, Religious Thought and Life in India. That too also written 1991. There's a catalog of Indian coins, and is covering all periods. So that kind of catalog is also done by the British Museum. Then Penjam History of Early India, that kind of book is also available for us to study, so that we can get the innards of Indian history, culture, philosophy, art, literature, every aspect of human experience. Uh, then next slide, please. Yeah. Then we can find, how to identify the research areas to undertake research. So the most important part in terms of Indian history and tradition is that India was known for international trade and business. And Indian entrepreneurs, Indian businessmen, Indian artisans, they have developed world-class art in textile designing, in arts, in performing arts, in folk arts, in dances, in music, in classical literature. And this has become a tool of international trade and business. So India was a trade route till China. Silk Route it is called as. So we connected with the Asia, not only Asia, but Europe also. Because of the Britishers and their arrival, we reached to South Africa also. If you just examine how many Indian people, Indian origin people are there are hundreds and thousands of people working there. They are running businesses, they are entrepreneurs and doing very well there. So, in terms of that international trade and business, Indian knowledge system, its impact on the international trade and business can be a subject of research for students of commerce and business management. We can do that. International trade is also there. So we have not touched to this area. Researchers, young researchers can try and do research, undertake research project under this. We know that arts and architecture, archaeological research in Indian context is very, very important. And it will be an addition to the Indian literature, Indian history to the world. It will be gift to the world about the art and architecture, archaeology. Indian architecture is a unique. It is sustainable in today's context. There is a concept in architecture, biophilic architecture, that architecture is connected with the nature. Okay, as outside nature is there, likewise the buildings are constructed. If you see the traditional architecture in India, yes, you go to south, go to north, go to western part of India, in Maharashtra, you will find that the design of the village houses were so different architecturally, using local material, local raw material, and sustainable with the context of their geographical specialities and realities. That kind of thing is very important. Then archaeological research, tracing the history of 5,000 years in India. No other country is having such huge kind of historical terrain, and that terrain is to be explored by the researchers. Then, amazing, the India is a language hub for hundreds and thousands of languages. To mention you, more than 3,500 languages and dialects are there in India. So this multilingual literary treasure is immense. And that immense treasure means one language is one culture. Not only one culture, one language is one knowledge hub. One language is an amalgamation of the experiences of that human society, that human community, which may provide us the solution to the present day problems. And therefore, the translation mission we have to undertake, this multilingual literature, we have to translate it into the various Indian languages, foreign languages, and make it available to the whole world. For example, small countries, their literature is known for everywhere. Across the world, it is being studied. But Indian languages, literature, and philosophies are not reaching to the world. We have to do a lot of work into this. Then multi-faith spiritualism and philosophy. I have a friend from Texas. He's Interfaith Studies Center professor and head there. He was telling me, Sudhir, you Indian people are very lucky. I said, how? He said, I am a person studying interfaith studies, interreligious studies. And if I want to study other religions, I want to leave America and go to other countries. For Buddhism, I have to go to Japan or China or Thailand. For Islam, I have to go to the Middle East and Islamic countries, likewise. And therefore, he said, in India, You are belonging to one religion, your neighbor belongs to another religion, another person after few houses belong to other religion, and represent different communities, sects, languages, culture. So interfaith study is very easily available, and you people have integrated various cultures, diverse cultures with your culture, and you have juxtapositioned the culture of India and amalgamation of various cultures of various countries, and that is the beauty of India. And I think that's the pride of India. We should support. Then Indian foods and cuisines. Oh my God! Just imagine, go to any state of India and you will find highly specialized, food dishes, cuisines, the methods of preparation using different components, natural resources, vegetables, veg, non-veg dishes, and whatnot, with spicy and spices and all that. And therefore, India is storehouse of millets in the world. You will be surprised to know, many of you may be knowing that the best millets in the world are considered as jawar, bajra, and ragi. Okay. But these millets are available abundantly in Maharashtra and Karnataka, and they are not known to other parts of India. Their specialities, their usefulness to our body, their digestive abilities, their ingredient components, and they are also not known to the world also. Very few people in the world know the jawar. So the preparations, methods, recipes, cuisines of India, oh my God, it is a tremendous storehouse of applicable, adaptable cooking systems for the world. In Indian five-star hotels, we know we get all kind of foods of all continents. But Indian foods and cuisines are not available abroad. Why? Because we have not promoted them. People in the world don't know about them. Africa, Europe, they don't know about this. America, they don't know about this. And steadily it is picking up. So this is an opportunity also for the multidisciplinary research area, where commerce and hotel management student, or the business students, and even the home science students can come together and work together in multidisciplinary areas. Indian organic agriculture. India is known to be a great agricultural country. Still it is. And it has the ability to provide food grains to whole world. And United Nations has a target of food for all program. And that food for all program, I think India can contribute a lot. And therefore, organic farming has been the history of our India. The modern agriculture is with the chemicals and pesticides, but the traditional agriculture, organic farming, was India's prime system of agriculture. So the traditional agriculture practices, they are also equally important. We have to study that. We have to write on them. We do not need to be agriculture scientists, but we can study them with getting one agriculture scientist with us and present it in a different manner and compare it with the global agriculture practices, organic agriculture practices. Then traditional medicine, wellness practices. If you go to the Kerala, uh, you know that traditional medicine, naturopathy, um, Ayurveda, they are being most popular, and people from across world come there and get the treatment there, wellness treatment there. Having mental peace, meditation, Buddhist meditation, Indian meditation, Jain meditation systems. All these meditation systems are very important for the mental wealth. And Indian tradition is to attain mental wealth, not the wealth, but mental wealth. So that is the requirement of the world at present today. So wellness practices, they are also equally important. Traditional medicine without any side effects. The allopathy has a lot of effects, side effects. And therefore, instead of treating a particular disease we are suffering with because of allopathy, we get new diseases as an side effect of those. So in that situation, in some context, in somewhere, allopathy is equally important, but the traditional medicine also can prove. And various traditional medicinal systems are there in various states of our India, and various wellness practices, meditation systems are there in place. So these are the very important systems for the world to understand, to implement, to achieve goal of mental peace in their life. Then traditional understanding of the science and technology. So traditional sciences, traditional practices, traditional technologies of agriculture, traditional technologies of day-to-day solutions, the grassroots medicine. I think MS Swaminathan sir has published that. He has taken MS Swaminathan Foundation has come out with the grassroots doctor system, and in that all the traditional systems of medicinal treatments have been well documented, and that documentation is not till done. We can undertake such research projects which can document the traditional medicinal systems, and even the medicinal plants of our India spread across the country in the various regions. I should mention here the University of Calicut, Kerala, which is the biggest university in Kerala, and their botanical garden is of 50 acres, and they have collected plant species from across world and across India, even the northeast. For example, they have 44 kind of varieties of ginger. This is one example I am citing. And they have huge documentation of medicinal plants and other plant species in India. So we can collaborate with such institutions which are having tradition of such kind of research work undertakings. Then Indian multiculturalism and the Bhakti movement. You know, if you travel across India, you will find that the Bhakti movement was existing in India, in all states. And this, in Bhakti movement, the saints we were having in respective regions, respective states, respective languages, they have done great contribution to the philosophy, art, literature, spirituality. And their thoughts are so important, for example, right? I always quote Sant Kabir, who has said that कुंभे बांधा जल रहे जल बिन कुंभ न होए कुंभे बांधा जल रहे जल बिन कुंभ न होए ज्ञानय बांधा मन रहे मन बिन ज्ञान न होए. So if you want to store water, you need a pot. Then only you can store the water. If there was no water, there wouldn't have been any pot we have developed. Humans have developed. And likewise, like a water, you know, Jnanay bandha man rahe. Mind is like water. It moves anywhere, anytime, with any speed. So Jnanay bandha man rahe. You can regulate your mind with knowledge. Jnanay bandha man rahe. Man bin jnana hoy. Unless and until you have full concentration in acquiring knowledge, gaining knowledge, like our old sons were going into the desert and dense forest to get the knowledge with the full concentration, that kind of knowledge you can gain only when you are perfectly involved into that, merge into that, and have a passion of that kind of acquiring knowledge. And therefore, I personally think these are the various areas where we can work and undertake multidisciplinary research. Next slide, please. I have to speed up myself. Yeah. So, Indian knowledge system, It's a holistic, interconnected framework of multidisciplinary knowledge and research. As we have discussed, India is a vast reservoir of wisdom, encompasses the rich philosophical, scientific, cultural heritage of Indian subcontinent. This wisdom and knowledge reservoir has been developed and preserved over millennia through the ancient texts, oral traditions, saints, poets, philosophers, reflecting deep understanding of human existence, human experience, human knowledge, the societal harmony, the mental wellness, eternal peace to be achieved, and moreover, sustainable living lifestyles, sustainable livelihoods. So that is what exactly the essence of application of Indian knowledge system. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Yeah. So, what are the characteristics of Indian knowledge systems? It is plural. It is not uniculture. It is diverse. There is a diversity into that. You know, uh, there are sons and spiritual leaders who are saying that Advaita is there, then Dvaita is there, dualism is there, non-dualism is there. There are people who are saying there is no soul. There are philosophers and spiritual leaders who are saying that there should not be any belief in supernaturality. Whatever you are experiencing is the real. The Charvaks have told that. Then sustainability is there. Buddhism exists, then Jainism exists, Sikhism exists. All these different sects provide different viewpoints and worldviews, as well as the tribal knowledge system is outstandingly different and brilliant and alternative. So their system of socio-economic relationship, their kinship, their families, their agriculture practices, their art, culture, dances, music, all together different. We have to study that diversity. Then the sustainability. So whatever is being preached is lasting, everlasting, eternal, kind of eternal, everlasting. And that sustainability is very, very important in today's context. So we know that United Nations has come forth with Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. 17 SDGs are to be achieved by 2030. So that sustainability essence and thought process is available in Indian knowledge system, which is very diverse. Then universality. Whatever the thoughts have been expressed is not for a particular community, particular region, particular geographical location. It is for whole humanity. It is for everyone, all human race. That is the universality. Then the spirituality, the spiritual knowledge, the diverse, varied spiritual knowledge available in India is tremendous. Uh, Somebody will believe in God, somebody will say there is no God, and all that. All debates and anti debates and movements and counter movements are there. And it's really very fascinating to study and understand that. And therefore, IKS is multidisciplinary, it is multidimensional, and it promotes multiculturalism. And ultimately, it promotes global peace, which is to be achieved by our world in which we are living. So, next slide, please. Next slide, please. Yeah. Here I have tried to identify multidisciplinary research opportunities for we academicians, and I particularly expect it from the new generation researchers, academicians, professors to undertake such projects, and how they are to be taken. I will just explain next slides. So, Indian languages knowledge translation mission aligned with the NTM, that is National Translation Mission, is being undertaken by Government of India since last 20 years, and we can undertake such projects to translation. There is a concept world over about the digital humanities. or digital social sciences. So whatever the knowledge is produced in humanities, human arts, philosophy, social sciences, history and everything, they have to be digitized, and digital humanities is very, very much required. All the knowledge is required to be retrieved and stored and disseminated and preserved and made available to the hundreds and thousands of researchers who want to undertake research in this area. Studies in Bhakti movement in Indian states. So we can undertake, Marathi Bhakti movement and then Kannada Bhakti movement and the Malayalam Bhakti movement likewise, and do the comparison between the thought processes and the philosophies preached by those saints of Bhakti movements. And it was till the Odisha, it was there. So across India, you will find the Bhakti movement, and which has given the Indian Renaissance to Indian society, make them progressive, make them spiritual, make them honest, ethical. All that has been the output of the Bhakti movement. Like in Maharashtra, we have Warkari Sampradaya, and we have Sant Ganeshwar, Sant Tukaram, and many other sons where women sons are also there. So in Kannada, there is Akkamma Devi, who was follower of the Mahatma Bashveshwar, and she challenges the God also. That kind of brave kind of opinion is being expressed by those kind of women sons. So we can study the women sons across India comparative, what they were saying, what their expression is, what thoughts they were preaching, how they are reflecting on their communities that time, how they are reflecting on the spiritual leaders of that time, all that. So India's multi-religious, multi-faith spirituality studies, we don't do the comparative studies. Let us do the comparative studies of different faith, different spirituality, different religion, different faiths, and undertake such research so that we can find the essence of all spiritual thinkers and processes and knowledge produced by the great, philosophers of our country. And then at the same time, we can compare their thought process with the contemporary philosophers of Europe or America or other parts of our world, where what they were preaching and what our people were preaching at that time, and comparative studies, hundreds of comparative studies we can undertake. Then Indian traditional art, Indian performing arts, Indian textile, Indian cultural studies, hundreds and thousands of such research, comparative research, we can undertake. The psychological and physiological effect of performing arts. Suppose some classical dance is being performed. What is the effect on mental state and physical state of that particular performer or uh, the viewers, those who have viewed the performance of a great artist in music, in classical music, in light music, in folk music. Oh my God, India is abundant with lot of performing arts, folklore, folk literature, and whatnot. In Indian traditional medicine, we can study Ayurveda, we can do Unani, we can go for naturopathy, we can go the wellness practices, and tribal medicine practices, studies we can do. And all these are the specialized of India and abundantly available people, and in the oral system it is available. How we can document it, and how can we do the comparative study in terms of Ayurveda, Unani, naturopathy, wellness, tribal medicines, and all these things we can undertake as a research project. And it is not essential that you should be a medical doctor for undertaking this research. This kind of, we also can conduct research because it's a multidisciplinary. Take one doctor, take one Ayurveda doctor, take one Unani doctor with you, one take naturopathy expert with you, take one performing artist with you, and do the multidisciplinary research. Okay. Then we know yoga and pranayama, the Buddhist meditational studies, even the meditation of Jainism. All these things we can do and undertake meditation system in Hinduism and all that. The Indian language literature, tribal dialect studies, Indian folk and classical music dance studies, Indian archaeological studies, traditional architectural studies, philosophical tradition studies. Tremendous amount of research we can undertake and document. That is what we can do. Uh, I have just mentioned you about Dr. Andre, who is a South Asian historian of Roger University, New Jersey, and what she has said in her book, which is recently published, and I have showcased the title of that book. You can purchase it. South Asian Indian subcontinent history is lengthy and diverse, but diversity itself provides a kind of glue that holds together a wide-ranging of set of narratives. Across the time and region, South Asian engaged in cross-cultural exchanges between groups on the subcontinent and with migrants. They forged connections via trade and travel with people living in other parts of Asia and more recent centuries, the rest of the world. It includes cultural, religious, social, literary, economic, and intellectual histories. I have traced, she is saying, I have traced larger trends such as India's first urbanization, third millennium BCE. I was not knowing that. Because of her assessment, I could find out this trend. The second urbanization, first millennium BCE, the advent of temple-based Hindu practices, first millennium CE, and the spread of Indo-Persian culture, second millennium CE, Ashoka, third century BCE, Buddhism, Jainism, Ajivikas. Uh, Ajivikas are not even recorded now. The fifth century BCA, founder was Makhalli Ghosala, and Ajivikas were having their own kind of philosophy and thoughts, and they were having thousands of followers of that time, but no documentation available and no scriptures are available. We have to undertake research in this area. Then Charvakas, they were materialistic, and Charvaka, who rejected the idea of divinity and argued that world as we experience it, all is, there is. Whatever you experience on the earth, that is the world. There is no divinity, there is no God, nothing. The soul was no more permanent than water bubbles. Like a water bubble, the soul is there. It will not, it is not permanent. It is transient. That kind of thought processes have been expressed, and I appreciate the contribution of the historian Andre, and I hope that some of the researchers of our generation can enter into this area and do the research in this area. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. I'm coming to the initiatives of Government of India, UGC, ICT as a NEP 2020 implementation strategy of Indian knowledge system. Next slide, please. So now these are the actual initiatives taken by the Government of India, Ministry of Education, as well as under guidance of that, the University Grants Commission, AICTE, and other national bodies of ours. So there is a competitive grants program. So it provides you funding for original scholarly research in thematic areas identified by the experts. So you can apply, develop a major research project, multidisciplinary, and apply for this competitive grants program. Okay, so that is also presently available for the researchers to undertake such research. Then IKS Research Center. The Government of India has established the IKS centers in both traditional schools and STEM institution, that is Science, Technology, Engineering, Mathematics Institute, to consolidate, disperse IKS activities and catalyze research, education, and outreach in this area. And a lot of IITs Indian Institute of Science have been entrusted with such research centers, and finance is provided to them. There is a concept of postdoctoral fellowship, PDF. And for PDF, interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary research by young scholars is appreciated, and they have been supported if they do some research work and traditional knowledge in contemporary problem solving issues with application of Indian knowledge system. Then there is one more very important area where, because we have to understand that UGC and ICTE and Government of India has directed to all universities, higher education institutions in India to have at least 5% undergraduate program or PG programs uh, uh, offering courses in IKS in the relevant area, no doubt about that. So, these kind of courses, if we want to implement in a higher education institution, in universities, we have public, private, deemed to be universities, then we have to undertake, educational material production, and for that, writers are required, those who have done research in this area. This is the problem. We don't have multidisciplinary researchers in the Indian knowledge system. So, but there is a government supported institutional field creating a new formal career path for the scholars also. So you can be scholar of IKS, and you will be promoted. You will get the grants for that. Grant making institutions are being created. There is a science engineering research board. SCRB is also there. If you want to do some experimentation and research multidisciplinary into science, then you can undertake that. ICSSR, Indian Concept of Social Science Research, is already providing funding for research, and you can send the research proposals for them. SCRB also provide the science engineering based novelty and competence-based proposals. ICSSR also supports interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary social science research projects. So next slide, please. Next slide. So next, then next slide. So you can find out here that IKS research centers have been founded, postdoctoral fellowship is there, then research centers IIT Delhi, IIT Mandi, IIT Calicut, Vedic University, IIT Bangalore, IIT Madras, IIT Tirupati, School of Planning and Architecture, Bhopal MP, and all these institutions have been entrusted with undertaking quality research into this area. So now coming to the IKS principles. That slide do you have? Before this, one slide before this. Go back. Go back, please. Yeah. This IKS principle, interconnectedness, because transdisciplinary research system thinking is required in Indian system, and scientific methodology present models are reductionist and fragmented, and they work in silos. We have to develop a system, a methodology, and research tools for transdisciplinary research in IKS. Then the responsibility. So societal responsibility of environmental ethics, environmental lifestyle, environmental research, sustainability, recycling, all these are very important. Adaptability. We have to adapt ourselves to the resilient studies on the basis of our Indian knowledge system. Holistic living, the preventive healthcare, mental well-being, all these are very important in today's world, and we have to address them. Coming next, please. Next slide. Challenges and nuances. Next slide. Yeah. I think almost I am near to complete. So challenges and nuances perspective. So there are academic and institutional challenges. Everybody knows IKS to be introduced, but UGC has came with 2-3 courses, not more than that. So academic and institutional challenges are there. So what we can do is we can have a board of studies for IKS in every university. We can initiate that, and then only where researchers and faculty members, experienced faculty members from various disciplines can come together, and we have track record of research in this area. Otherwise, people who don't know anything will come into that, and that will spoil the whole intention of IKS. Then there is an intellectual and ethical consideration. Intellectual consideration is regarding IPR, the intellectual property rights, the ethics. Somebody has written something and we are carrying copying, because in Indian languages there is no uh, quality check systems available. Then the strategic framework for the future research. Yeah, we have seen that the government of India, the various bodies of our India, they have just given the processes to promote research, but there is no strategic framework for the future research, and that is to be evolved on the national level, on the state level. Respective states should initiate this, because education is a concurrent subject. It's a subject of central government and state government. So strategic framework for future research should be undertaken by central government as well as the state governments. There should be policy recommendations, policy strategies to be adopted by the government. At present, I don't think there is a elaborative policy document available on this. There is just introductory kind of document is available. Cultivating next generation researchers from India and abroad. This is very important. IKS needs high quality researchers, next generation researchers, not only from India, different states of India, but from abroad also. Like Andre has explained you, the South Asian historian. So such researchers are there across the world working on South Asia, India, Indian languages, history, philosophy, psychology, and all other aspects of knowledge. And we have to take them into our stream and give them the research scholarship, fellowships, and projects, major research projects, so that they will do the scientific research on these areas. Co-creation and collaboration with Indian language experts, social scientists, basic sciences professionals, arts and literature experts coming together. All of them should come together and do the co-creation, collaborative research, content creation. Global recognition and acceptance on the basis of scientific research is very important. Otherwise, Indian knowledge system will remain in India only. Its global acceptance and recognition is most required. And this can happen only when we will involve global scientists and researchers undertaking research, collaborative research with Indian scientists and scientists abroad, social scientists here, social scientists there, art and humanities people here, and art and humanities people there. Then togetherly they can undertake a lot of research. IKS doesn't mean, we have to remember, IKS doesn't mean promotion of tall, baseless claims that India was having everything. It is not so. And on unscientific blind beliefs, they are also discarded in science and knowledge, scientific knowledge. So we should not promote these kind of things, and we should not be part of that. As an academician, as a social scientist, as a scientist, we should not be part of this particular baseless claims, tall claims, unscientific blind beliefs. We should be scientific, we should be analytical, we should have a critical mind and critical thinking, and then we can revisit it. The coming out of danger of unicultural and singular religious determinism and claims, that is also very important to understand and come out of that. So with this, I am thankful to this Madan Mohan Malviya Teachers Training Institution of Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Maharashtra University, and we have to give time and mind into this. Uh, Recently, there is one motto which I like most. I will conclude with that. about the IKS in the holistic and interconnected framework. Research and not revivalism. So in IKS, we have to do research and we do not intending to do the revivalism. That is most important scientific approach that all Indian top institutions have undertaken, and we have to follow that. There is a traditional knowledge digital library is being developed, TKDL. There is a Vedic heritage portal is also being developed. So we have to be in touch and abreast all these initiatives taken by, and I hope that in decades to come, hundreds and thousands of researchers in IKS will use that wisdom, Indian wisdom, for solution of the global problems and global issues. Thank you very much for inviting me and giving me an opportunity to express myself.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you. It was a really very dynamic lecture, and we are very happy to have you, sir, over here. You have explained each and every aspects of what kind of research can be done in the IKS. The special one which I liked was your the challenges of co-creation of knowledge, which will be there, and it is a very big challenge, I think, when we are talking about. And your last words where we have revitalized instead, we have to do research on a large scale so that we come back to all these challenges. So thank you so much, sir. You have not only given the research topics, but also the funding agencies, which is very much needed for all the participants. So you have taken a lot of efforts to prepare the presentation as we see. So it
Yeah,
was a really dynamic and very informative lecture. Now
yeah,
I request the participants,
yeah,
if you
madam.
have any questions, you all
I
can
have a
please.
request.
Yes, sir.
We can take questions, and one request: this PPT as well as my paper I have shared you. You can share it to all participants on my behalf. Yes.
Sir, thank you so much. Sir has prepared a research paper on his lecture, today's lecture. So very kind of you to take this efforts as well. So I will be sending it to the participants, and I also will send the PPT to the participants.
Right.
So
And
any
if
questions you
they
have
are,
in
I
this
can.
forum? Yes, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, myself, Surina. I have a question, sir. Is there any difference between traditional knowledge and indigenous knowledge, or are they the same?
It is the same, it's a new kind of coin, you can say. It is the same. Therefore, I have mentioned traditional knowledge, indigenous knowledge. It is the same. Okay. It is the same. No difference at all.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Please go ahead.
Sir, very good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Very good evening, sir. My name is Dr. Gangu Naidu.
Okay. Yeah.
Sir, my question is that nowadays everyone going theoretically, like teachers, all teachers are, concept wise they are teaching, they are not going through practically, like they are not taking examples like what you said. So it is excellent session, I would say. But the
Yeah.
thing is that can you suggest like and how we can proceed to take the class and as well as to handle the students in practical oriented, because many faculty, what is concept is there, they will go and explain and come back, but they don't do any experimentally and they don't apply any practical oriented activities in the classroom. Can you suggest something to the faculty what to do to introduce new things in the classroom?
Yeah. For example, we can take a documentation work undertake so that the local sense, local knowledge, traditional agriculture, all those systems will be well documented and well researched. So those small activities where our undergraduate student also can be involved into that process, and all those processes, cropping pattern, crop process, you know, then the art, culture, dances of neighboring communities, the tribal communities in particular, documenting their languages, their dialect, lot of things to do in and around our area. And I always say we have heard that think globally, act locally. but I have expanded that with my imagination. Now we are in the age where we can think locally, act locally. We can think locally, act globally. We can think locally, act globally, as well as we can think globally and act globally. These are the opportunity structure. Enormous amount of opportunities are available to us, and in a network society at present, where almost every human being will be connected with each other in the network world by smartphones, it is far easy for us to undertake such kind of work. And those who are on the LinkedIn, I will request all faculty members, those who are on LinkedIn, I am so happy you can connect with me. But at the same time, those who are not on the LinkedIn, I will request them to be part of LinkedIn. That is a professional social media, and where you can get the researchers across the world of your area, your domain, professionals of your domain, and get the knowledge from them and do the collaborative research of work with them. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. In your lecture, you were talked about the various topic. But my question is that because I'm chemistry faculty working in the
Okay.
so I would like to so I would like to uh, find some so different funding agency like this DST, SERB, etc. for project. So any faculty can apply for the project, or those faculty which belong to IKS can apply for the project belong to
No,
IKS.
it's open for all. You know, it depends on the quality project, interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary project you undertake. You can approach to AICT, you can approach to DST, you can approach to IKS unit of AICT, any agency, they have the research projects. It depends on the project. For example, anything you undertake with the in particularly chemistry, you undertake something green chemistry area where it will be, you know, eco-friendly as well as useful to solve the problems of present society, or any element of that, then you can have such project and have researchers of multiple discipline into it, so that it should address the present day problems of our society, global society, using our traditional knowledge systems, right? Indian knowledge system, that application. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. There is huge scope, my friend. We can do that. Okay.
Scope in basically, as per IKS concerned, a lot of scope in metallurgy also, because our
Bioengineering.
Asian people have the outstanding knowledge of the metallurgy.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yes.
yes. True, true. Then in science and technology STEM, you know, application of Indian knowledge system is very, very important. For example, I gave you example about the millets of India. So, how many people in the India and world knows about millets? So
Only
all these areas, you know, chemical processes, organic agriculture, all these are very important. And how through a natural process we can develop, you know, organic foods, organic crop, whatever.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, I will request all of you, you know, on the chat, you can give your remark about my session in ABCD. You can grade me. That is a request of myself, so that I
Sir,
can.
no doubt at all, sir. Your session is wonderful, sir. We enjoyed a lot with your lecture.
Thank you, sir. Your lecture is very ideal and knowledgeable, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes, sir, it was a very excellent, as we can see, so many topics were covered. And you were telling, oh my God, in between the lines. So I must say, oh my God, what a lecture. It was a wonderful lecture. And we have
Thank
so many things to do, sir. Especially you were
Yeah,
talking about multidisciplinary. I think you can get attached with each other, the participants, and you all can do some co-creation activities, multidisciplinary activities as well. Right?
yeah, yeah. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Ma'am, one more thing is, ma'am, when I heard about his profile and it was very nice, and I started following LinkedIn also. Immediately opened it and followed him.
Oh my, good,
Thank
good.
you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank We'll be in touch, sir. We'll be in touch. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he is, I think,
yeah.
Dr. Gangu from which university, sir?
Central Tribal University of Andhra Pradesh.
Oh,
Okay,
oh,
okay.
oh, okay,
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
okay.
Yes.
Your professor of education was with me. Yeah. For NAC visit somewhere in
Sir, one more faculty also there, sir. One more faculty also there. He is also from same department, sir. Journalism department. Dr. Tarak is also there, who
Oh,
joined
okay.
this course. He enjoyed a
That
lot
is
actually.
yeah,
Yes,
that
sir.
is my basic discipline. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah. Okay. Let's remain in touch. So in PPT, my email is there. My contact details are also there. You can reach out to me. Yeah. Okay.
Can we go for the vote of thanks, participants?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah.
It was an enriching session. Actually, I should say that it was well structured, simple to understand. The previous sessions that we had, and all the sessions were brilliant. But the previous sessions focused on what is Indian knowledge system. But this is a session which actually made us think about why we should conduct research in Indian knowledge system and how we should conduct research in Indian knowledge system. So these two questions were also answered, sir. Why and how. So this was truly enlightening for all of us, especially sir actually he talked about aims, frameworks, possibilities, and even challenges. So I think you covered all the areas regarding the research. It was really an informative session. And we actually enjoyed the slogan that you said, sir. It's about research and not revival.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not about digging up the past, but merging the past with the present. Actually, about the interconnection, etc., and also about the rationalization that we should provide to everything in Indian knowledge system. So it was
Yeah.
really contemporary in a sense that it was not about the past; it's about the present, sir. Merging the
Yeah.
tradition with there is an essay by T.S. Eliot called "Tradition and Individual Talent." Actually, it's
Yeah.
like merging the tradition and also our choices, our wishes, our aims, etc., of the present generation. So it was really good session, and a special thanks to Professor Sudhir sir for making this session really enlightening. Then I would also like to thank thank Madhuri ma'am for coordinating the whole event. Thanks, Madhuri ma'am. And also, I would like to thank the organizing committee of UGC MMTTC BAMU for conducting this lecture. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay. All the best to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.